the very thin line with daring to be great is something that I heard for a long time and I didn't really understand it. I understand it now, and you guys just take it for what it is. But no fighter, once you get to that great fight, you just don't leave the ring the same. Or there's a chance that you don't leave the ring the same. And it's said, even by doctors that we leave a piece of us in the ring every time we go out there, no matter who it is.
Evander Holyfield more than most, but go ahead.
Did they find it on the camera?
I hope not. I don't know. I feel like somebody just kicked it out of the way.
What happened?
They took some skin. Yeah, they took some skin off of his knee, off of his leg.
I regret making the joke. Go ahead.
You might have to edit this out. I thought you were about to say it took some skin off his penis and put on his ear. But let it go.
Listen, man. So, but in saying that, I just think that there's a fine line in daring to be great, because you may run up against that fight that you may win, but it may, it's potential that it could aid you. That's one word we use it, potential that, you leave a piece of you in the ring, so it's just a small line we play with, we all want to see it, but at what cost, so that's why when we look at the business of boxing, that's why we never see the biggest fights made until boom, or sometimes until it's too late, but it's because everybody's trying to protect, and not get that fighter injured or hurt or anything like that, so.
Hey Shawn, did Floyd just fool us? Like all his last 10 to 20 fights, we felt like it was a big event. It really wasn't shit. Did he just fool us?
He's a mastermind at this, man.
Because
for the sake of words, there's yes and no. I'll let Shawn. I'll defer to Shawn's. I tell.
What Floyd did great, Maidana, is he did his. You wanted him to fight Manny Pacquiao, right? Yeah. But he made sure he always fought someone who was so credible that you'd be mad, but not mad enough to not order the fight.
Okay.
It's like, I want to see Pacquiao. He's fighting Robert Guerrero. Man, I don't really want to see that fight. But then you got to give him the credit of, well, if Robert Guerrero was fighting any other welterweight, it'd be a big fight. It'd be a big win if they can get past them. So Floyd did a really good job for that 10 years.
7 helped.
He also made sure in press conferences and interviews, he made sure to give his opponent even more credit than sometimes they may have merited, where he was like, this guy.
A hell of a fighter, hell of a competitor. He's tough.
Yeah. He always a lot of other fighters will try to really downgrade their opponent, and Floyd always talked his opponents up for the most part. Obviously, talk some trash.
World champion.
Yeah. No, that's it. So you mentioned.
Let's make it clear. Hold on. Let's make it clear that he's a Hall of Fame fighter.
He's one of the greatest
top 5 fighters of all time at the world.
I know, but like he just said, like his last few fights of his career, did he fool us? And we still got to give him credit for doing what he said he was going to do every time.
I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame based on beating Andre Berto at this time, but
right.
Yeah, no, his resume is elite. He's got great fighters up and down that.
Yeah.
But just the one, if you want to nitpick, and it is nitpicking because he is one of the greatest fighters of all time. The one thing he maybe lacks is that one, like when Sugar Ray Leonard beat Tommy Hearns probably would have beat every other fighter in the world at that point. And it's like, what's that one win where the guy was undefeated? People would say Chico Corrales, and that's legit too. Obviously, that's a great win, but who's that one? Ali was the underdog against 40-0 George Foreman, 35 knockouts, undisputed heavyweight champ. Tommy Hearns was undefeated. Roberto Duran had 1 loss, 72. It's there. The Pacquiao fight, great win, happened a little late. Canelo fight, great win, happened a little early. So that's the one thing, and it's really nitpicking because if you look at the resume, it's as good as anyone that ever fought. But
ever.
Shawn, would you say the same thing with De La Hoya? Happened a little late.
Yeah, it did happen a little late. That's not an opinion. That's an objective fact. It didn't happen too late for Floyd. Floyd,
he was going up.
Yeah, he can't help it. But any man with eyes or woman that could watch Oscar De La Hoya against Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya against Fernando Vargas, I mean, then Oscar De La Hoya against Floyd Mayweather. Just look at the legs and the hand speed and the hairline.
Yeah.
So the hairline gives it.
Yeah, hairline. Hey, men lie, women lie. Hairlines don't lie.
Right. But Oscar still had something in the tank.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he fought a shot Oscar.
For sure.
You know, but
yeah.
Either De La Hoya, who was banging all the Hollywood starlets in 1999. No, not quite.
Hey, did you snitch? Did you just snitch?
Allegedly.
Everyone knew he was married. He was married, bro. Did you
Hold
just...
on.
Allegedly. Yeah, Shawn. Tell him,
Hold
Shawn.
on. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday. Something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.